What if I told you that growing up isn't about finding yourself? It's about getting to know the person that you used to be before society told you the person that you had to be. It's about unlearning everything that you thought you had to be and becoming the person that you already were. I'm Mads, I'm 23 years old, and I want to share with you all of the things that I've learned so far that have changed the course of my life. I haven't been here for long, but I think I have some really great stuff to say. Things that have really helped me and things that I don't think a lot of people think about. I'm so excited to share. Let's get into it. So here are 20 things that I've learned in my 20s that have completely changed the course of my life. If you give up now, you're gonna look back 10 years from now and wish you would have kept going. I would tell this to myself all the time when I was 15 years old, living at my mom's house. See, my mom and I had a really challenging relationship. Being home was never fun for me. I never wanted to be there. In fact, I would stay at friends' houses for weeks at a time, and I would try to come home as late as possible. And so at 15 years old, I started my first business. It was like a little squishy selling business, those little foam thingies. I would sell them at the school fairs. And I would tell myself that if I kept working hard and if I was consistent, someday I would get to where I wanted to be. But if I gave up, I would never get out of my mom's house. I would never be free. Hey guys, it's Maddie. Hey guys, it's Maddie. Hey guys, it's Maddie. Hi guys, it's Maddie. Hey guys, it's Maddie. I'm gonna just make some tea and we're gonna talk. As you can see, maybe, my eyes are like super puffy because I cried a lot last night, and y'all gotta know that I'm real too. Yes, I cry a lot. Motivation. I hope all you guys know that like you can literally do whatever you want to put your mind to. Like, you have to put your mind to it, then you put your grind to it. Honestly, staying motivated is like so hard because we have so many expectations. I want you to get up every morning and say, I am talented, I am beautiful, look at me, look at what I have to offer to the world. Don't wake up in the morning and tell yourself, oh, I'm ugly, I'm not cute, I'm not attractive. So what? You can do whatever you put your mind to. There's no difference between you and, per se, Obama. No difference between you and a president. No difference between you and a person who landed on the moon. All these people are just people. You saying that you can't do something is already failing. And that quote has gotten me through my teenage years, and now they're getting me through my adult years. There have been so many situations where I've accomplished something and I've thought of that quote and I've told myself, wow, I'm really happy that I didn't quit. At the end of the day, the time is gonna pass anyway. So if there's something you want, keep working towards it. Keep being consistent. You have that idea for a reason. Be bad at things, like horribly bad at things. Nobody starts as a pro at anything. It is so important to allow yourself to be bad at things. For example, I literally suck at baking right now, but I love it. And so I'm trying to bake as much as possible. I'm just trying to enjoy it and also enjoy the process of learning, enjoy the challenge, enjoy being bad at something. The fear of being bad at things can really come from fear of rejection, the fear that people are gonna judge us. But at the end of the day, if you don't let yourself be bad at things, if you don't let yourself fail or even fail loudly, you're never gonna succeed. You're never gonna become a pro. I think the people who are the most successful and maybe even the happiest are the people that consistently allow themselves to be bad at things, to fail. The more times you fail, the more likely you'll succeed. The time will pass anyway. There's so many scenarios in which this quote is so helpful. When you think of a dream or a goal you have and you're like, how am I gonna get there? That is years and years of work away. How am I gonna do that? Have you ever considered the fact that the time will pass anyways? The years will go by, and like I said, you don't want to look back 10 years from now and wish you would have kept going. The time will pass, so it's your choice to decide what you want to do with that time. Are you going to allow time to pass and just sit there and think and dream, or are you going to chase the things that matter to you? I am someone that firmly believes that if you have an idea in your head, if there's something that's important to you, something that you really want to accomplish, something that's meaningful to you, I truly believe that you need to act on that. And the fact that the time will pass anyway is so comforting in a sense. Everything feels so far away, but I always thought my 20s were so far away, and now I'm 23. almost 30. The time will pass. There is nothing shameful in being yourself. This is a lesson I've learned a little bit more recently, actually. I'm the type of person that if I get excited about something, you're gonna know I'm excited. If we're in the snow, I'm gonna make a snowman. I don't care who's watching. I'm gonna make a snow angel. I'm gonna be excited. And I have had situations in which that excitement, that happiness, that joy, that authenticity, just me being myself, has made people in my life feel embarrassed. And I've had moments where I've thought, should I tone it down? Should I not be excited about this? Am I, weird and annoying and strange? And then I thought to myself, what is so weird and annoying and strange about being me? Why is that shameful? Why is that embarrassing? At the end of the day, me being me is giving other people the permission to be themselves. If I am fully myself, I can be a friend who is welcoming, judgment-free. I can be a safe space because people will never have to wonder if I am being myself or if I'm just putting on a face. And I think if I can do that, it gives people permission to be themselves as well. Who cares if you're embarrassing? Who cares if you have really niche interests? Who cares? Give other people the permission to be themselves by being yourself. Be cringe. Be cringe. Make people cringe. I don't know. Consume less, create more. I've really needed to take a step back recently and ask myself what I want to create. There's been so many times where I'm having a hard day and I'm just scrolling on my phone and comparing myself to everyone. And then I had to take a step back and realize that social media is just about as healthy as you are. These algorithms are trained to know what we want to see. So if I'm consistently watching videos that make me feel bad about myself, bad about my life, I'm gonna keep feeling bad about myself and bad about my life because I'm gonna keep seeing more things that trigger me. So don't let your life and your brain and your experience as a human being be controlled by algorithms. Have you ever been scrolling for such a long time that you take a step outside and you're like, wow, the world isn't crumbling. Consume less, create more. And when I say create, I mean create things that bring you and other people joy. Oh, I mean, there's so many different things you can create. You can create art, you can create content, which is an amazing form of self-expression. You can bake, just create. Create more and consume less. Celebrate your wins and your firsts. It is so easy to accomplish a goal and then immediately think about what's next. You are where you used to pray to be. And even if you're not where you used to pray to be, you're here. And that is special. And you are worthy. And you are so important. And you have so many amazing things ahead of you. When you accomplish something, celebrate it. Don't just say, that was great. What's next? I do that pretty often, but I've finally come to a point in my life where I realize that there are some things that I have wanted so bad, and I have them, and I don't know why it's always the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and you always think that it's gonna be enough, but it's never enough, but at the same time it is enough. You know what I mean? Like, you always just feel like something's missing, even if you have everything you want. I think a big part of that comes from not celebrating yourself and not looking back to see where you've come from. I never expected that I'd actually be out of my mom's house by now. I never thought I would be out of that situation. I have always wanted to be here. I've always wanted to have, my own space, and I've always wanted to have someone I love and my own, I've always wanted this. It is just so powerful to look back and remember who you used to be, where you came from. And not only does that help you become more grounded and just more thankful, it also reminds you of your why. Why did I want this in the first place? Well, I wanted my own home so I could, feel at peace. I wanted my own home so I would have a, nice spot to lay my head down that you couldn't feel the energy of just chaos and uncomfortability. I wanted a place that was a home. And so now that I have this, I need to remember my why. I am here because I wanted peace. So now that I'm here, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I have peace in my home. I'm gonna try my best to keep it clean. I'm gonna cook meals for my fiance. You know, I'm gonna be the homiest homemaker that ever made a home, because this is what I wanted. This is what I prayed for. And when I say celebrate your wins, I don't just mean, you know, go out to dinner and stuff. Like, I also just mean doing small celebratory acts, like keeping your home clean. For me, that is a celebration that I have a safe, peaceful home to be. That in itself is a celebration. And I think it's just so important to be grateful and to look back and just remember that you may have prayed for a time like this. So don't take it for granted and just do your best to always celebrate yourself. Get ready every morning, even if there is nothing to do. Don't just roll out of bed, forget to brush your teeth, put on whatever, and sit on the couch all day. Get ready for the day, even if there's nowhere to be, nothing to do. It is going to make you feel so much more confident. When I was in high school, I would show up to school every single day in pajamas. I did not care about my sense of style. I did not care about what other people thought. I just wanted to show up in my PJs. I almost thought it was an act of rebellion to just not give a crap. You know, I was like, I literally don't care at all. I don't need these boys to like me. I don't need my friends to think I'm cool. I'm just gonna show up in my pajamas and be comfortable, and that's it. As when I grew up, my mom would wear her pajamas everywhere. We'd go to the grocery store, she'd be in pajamas. We would go to my grandparents' house, she'd be in pajamas. And so I was just like, this is great, she doesn't care. But I'm starting to realize that doing that was not making me feel good about myself. There's something so special about waking up in the morning, washing your face, having your routine, doing your makeup, putting on a nice outfit, something that makes you feel good. You just feel ready for the day. And it is so important to do that. So many things started changing for me when I started doing that. And it's something that I'm still working on, because I'm the type of person, after doing that in high school, like always wearing pajamas, I'm just like, I don't give a crap. I just want to be comfy. Like, I still feel like that. But that's why I like to wear my dresses. Very comfortable, but very, very simple. And so easy. It's so easy and fast to put on, but I still feel good. And I've been shopping for more loungewear that feels like pajamas, but doesn't look like pajamas, so you still feel put together. It sounds very surface level, but it definitely helps with confidence a lot. And I think at the end of the day, it's because it's an act of self-love. Getting ready in the morning is an act of self-love. It doesn't have to just be like, oh, I need to leave the house looking pretty, because if I don't look pretty, then I feel disgusting. It's more just about, I love myself, so I'm gonna take care of my skin and I'm gonna put on a nice outfit that makes me feel good. It's just about showing yourself love. Explore as much as you can. This has changed so much for me. When I was 19, my boyfriend and I went to Iceland. It was for a work trip, and I had such a life-changing experience. It is so incredible to just see other cultures and the lives of other people and kind of imagine yourself, you know, in their shoes, and it humbles you in a way, and it also makes you long for more in a way. You know, you appreciate your life and then you appreciate theirs, and you can kind of just learn from each other. And I think that is so powerful, because if I would have just stayed in LA my whole life and never left, LA is weird, okay? Like, LA is so weird. It's so fast-paced. It's all about hustling and the next thing, and everyone here is so creative, which I love. And you've got people traveling from all over the world to be in LA, to work 5 jobs, to make their dreams come true. And then you have spots like Iceland and Finland and other places that I went to where it's just such a slower pace of life, and they're so happy and they're so in tune with nature. And getting to experience that as someone from LA really just changed my perspective on things. And that was really powerful for me to just kind of, put it into perspective. What do I want from my life? And start asking myself those questions. Do I want a slow life? Do I want a fast life? What do I like about LA? What do I like about Iceland? What are the differences here? How can I be more in tune with nature in my own city? Just little questions like that. I think it's so powerful to learn from other cultures and just explore, and obviously take that relaxing break as well, just from your everyday life. So I definitely say explore as much as you can. Embrace your own sense of style. I am always giving grandma chic, and I love it. I love it so much. And even with home stuff, like this right here is an antique desk that I found at an antique store. She was literally $150. Usually a desk like this is like $1,000. And I'm very proud of this desk. She's literally falling apart. But I love her, and I love my sense of style. And I used to feel so much pressure to give Instagram baddie all the time and just wear black, so I was in flattering clothes that accentuated my curves and just wearing things that were in style. And I started to ask myself, why am I doing this? I don't even like this. Another example, when the standing desks were very, very popular on TikTok, I had just moved into this apartment and I bought the standing desk. I was like, I need the standing desk. I need the standing desk. So after 3 months of wanting it, I got the standing desk. And I was like, why did I get the standing desk? I don't want to work and stand. And I did not like the design of it at all, because I love antique looking things. I love a mix of modern and vintage. And the standing desk was just chilling there. And I was like, you do not fit with my look or my office at all. I kind of just bought you because you were trendy. And now it's sitting in my garage, and I have this beautiful antique desk in my office. It is timeless, it is classy, it is me. It is me. And when people come over to this apartment, I'm sure I have some friends that are like, that is the literal ugliest desk that I've ever seen in my entire life. But to me, it's the most gorgeous thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I do not care how much people hate it, how much people love it. I love it. And that's what's important. So always let yourself be you and appreciate your own sense of style. Use what you have to your advantage always. In my opinion, I believe truly that the universe always gives you the tools you need to accomplish the things that you're meant to accomplish. When I was 15 and I started my business, I really didn't feel like I had much. My mom was struggling to pay rent. I didn't have new clothes. Most of my things were secondhand, or I would borrow clothes from my friends. I wore the same pair of shoes for years and years and years and years and years and years and years till they fell apart. I had such big dreams, and yet felt like I didn't have what I needed to get there. And somehow I got this far, and still I have that feeling, even though I have so much more, I still feel like I don't have enough to get me to where I want to be. But I think that's a lie. I think that will always be a lie. I think the universe will always give us exactly what we need to get to where we need to be. And I know that can sound very almost like privileged in a sense, Maybe you're thinking, I don't feel like I have what I need. And I understand. I really do. But I think that we all have what we need. You could be holding yourself back. There could be something you're not seeing. The pieces aren't, coming together. Or maybe you just don't know how to use those tools yet. I truly believe that the universe gives us exactly what we need to accomplish the things that we are meant to accomplish. And that's what I believe. I really believe it. I think it's really easy to look at your life and be like, well, I don't have what this person has. This person has rich parents. This person has generational wealth. This person is this. This person is that. This person has this opportunity, that opportunity. Their parents know people. They have money. It's so easy to say that. But if I would have said that, I would be complaining right now still. Do you know what I mean? I think that we all have our own unique competitive advantages. We all have the tools that will bring us far. I am sure that there is something special about you and something special about me. And I know that that special thing is going to take us far. I know it. I know it. And it's so hard to explain, but I know it. This is a big one. Relax. I suck at relaxing. I'm just going to come out and say it. I freaking suck at relaxing. I'm taking CBD and melatonin to fall asleep every night. And it's not even just the CBD or the melatonin. It's got to be a mixture of both, or else your girl's not going to sleep. Because I'm always thinking. And I'm always thinking. But it is so important to relax. It is so important to just relax. And this is a lesson that I'm still learning. But if you don't take the time to relax, you are never gonna live up to your potential, especially if you're a creative. I'm such a creative, and when you are burnt out as a creative person, you cannot force your brain to be creative. It's freaking impossible. And you know, scientifically they say your brain can only be creative for 3 hours at a time. I didn't know that. You gotta relax. It's not taking you anywhere. I think when we work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, constantly working, we think it's taking us farther because no one else is working this much. No one else is working Saturday and I am, which means I'm ahead of them. Not really. That person is taking the weekend off, they're feeling rejuvenated, and now they actually can use their brain, whereas you've been working for 7 days straight, you're not getting sleep, and you can't even form a sentence because you're so freaking tired and you can't relax. And also, life isn't just about work and productivity and accomplishing things. Life is also about life. And why do we work? Do we work to work or do we work to live? I think we work to live. So work to live and take time to relax. You can relax while you're working towards your goals. In fact, I think it's gonna get you there faster. Move your body because you love it, not because you hate it. I think the biggest scam, I know the biggest scam that women were ever taught is that working out is a punishment for eating food. I cannot even who even came up with this idea? Working out is an act of self-love. Working out is going to make you feel better. You're going to feel more focused, more relaxed, healthier, and it's just going to make you stronger. Not only is moving your body an act of self-love, moving your body is also going to help you age gracefully so you can lift the groceries up when you're 70 or run with your kids when you're a grandparent. Moving your body is an act of self-love. It is not a punishment. It is not something that we should dread. I wish that we were, as a society, more willing to accept that working out and eating healthy don't just have to be for aesthetic purposes. I think we would be in such a better place as a society if diet culture, is that what it is maybe? If diet culture didn't come on in and say, well, you shouldn't be eating avocado, don't eat fruit, it has sugar, mango has the most sugar, don't eat bread, don't eat this, don't eat that, go to HIIT class 8 hours a day just to look good. Huh? Who came up with these? It doesn't make any sense from any logical point of view. It makes zero sense whatsoever. The food is fuel. And this is our next tip. We'll just go right into it. Food is fuel. Food is not your enemy. And food is also not your shoulder to lean on. Food brings people together. It teaches us about other cultures and it's delicious. Food is a blessing. Food is in my opinion, food is the best thing in the world. Literally, I get to eat something that keeps me alive and it tastes good and it's enjoyable. I think I've had so many different points in my life where food has either been the enemy or the shoulder. the shoulder in which I would gain like 50 pounds because every time I'm sad, I want to just eat everything, or the enemy in which I lose 40 pounds because I am not worth it unless I lose the weight. And the food is the enemy. The food is the thing that's keeping me from my goals. So it's either all or nothing. And I think we just need to take a step back, because I feel like that's such an experience for everyone. We attach so many emotions to food, and I think the emotions behind food should be the cultural aspect, the fuel aspect, knowing what's in your food. For example, I learned that kimchi is good for your gut, and gut health helps with brain health. Your brain and your gut are connected, so therefore people should eat fermented foods like kimchi, and I just think that's so cool. And blueberries are full of antioxidants, so we should eat those. They're great for us. I just think it is so important to look at these types of things from more of a scientific standpoint rather than an emotional standpoint. And I think that we need to stop listening to the people that are saying, don't eat bread, don't eat avocado, don't eat fruit. Just fuel your body. Food doesn't have to have anything to do with your appearance. I am a firm believer that if you treat your body well and feed it what it needs, you are gonna feel good. And if you feel good, you'll probably like what you see in the mirror too, because you'll feel nourished and good. You won't feel starved, you won't feel stuffed, you're just gonna feel good. On average, we have 75 summers. That's it. 75 summers, 75 winters, springs, and falls, because the average human lives 75 years. When you put it that way, it doesn't sound like much. So don't spend this summer worrying about the way your body looks in a bikini. Your appearance is the least important thing about you. Your health, the people you love, the life you want to live, the legacy you want to leave behind. Those are the things that matter. So go live your life and stop worrying about it. Another thing I want to say is, if you keep worrying about your body, you're going to waste all your potential. If you keep worrying about your body, you're going to waste all of your potential, all of it. I also believe that society has found a way to trap women, like trap us. Oh my God, my body, my hair, my skin, my wrinkles, my stretch marks. Oh my God. And then you can't focus on anything else. How are you ever expected to accomplish your dreams, accomplish your goals? How are you ever expected to do anything if all you can think about is your appearance, and it's clouding every decision you make? And it's just the worst. Like, I've spent so much of my time worrying about things that don't matter instead of worrying about the things that do matter. And I can't go out to dinner with my family and friends tonight because I am gonna gain weight. Huh? No. No, life is more than that. You are more than that. You are worth more than that. Focus on the things that matter in this life. The biggest waste of your potential ever is when you are 90 years old and say, I wish I would have wasted less time thinking about the way that I looked and spent a little bit more time thinking about how I could build relationships, follow my dreams. I wish I would have put my mental energy somewhere else, because if I was obsessed with anything positive in the way I was obsessed with how my body looked, I probably would have been the person who I wanted to be. There's only so much space in your head, and there's only so much time in the day. So spend less time thinking about your appearance and spend more time thinking about the person that you want to be. All right, I think that's everything for now. I'll probably make a part 2, but we've been filming for a really long time, and I just want you to process that and let me know what you think. I would love to hear your opinion. I would love to hear, for anyone under 30, ask your questions in the comments, and anyone who's over 30, answer those questions, because I'm 23 and I think I had some good stuff to share, but I know that you guys have some great things to share too. So let's just all chat in the comments. I'll be there, I'll be answering, and I will be literally loving everything you guys have to say. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Mads, and I hope you subscribe, like, and join me on this journey. All right, bye!